Hello, my name is Tom Styles, and this is Tom's Race. I'm trying to speed up my videos. They're just too long. I'm sorry. Okay, try it again. Hello, my name is Tom Styles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show number 146. 146. And today, I told you about this, that I received two new books on Shortwave Listening. And today, I'm going to do a review of one of those two books. And that book is the Worldwide Listening Guide, and it was published in 2012, so it's pretty new stuff. Okay, and this is the 5th edition. All right, first thing, there's an introduction by the author, pretty boring. Then it tells you how to listen, a little section on how to listen. And it tells you how to listen for multiple things. For instance, for just listening to a simple AM/FM radio, to listen to a high definition. Is that what you call it? High definition radio? Not HD radio. A multi-band shortwave radio. That's where we're interested. A satellite radio receiver, Sirius XM, and who cares about that? Boring! Okay, a computer via live stream. I've talked about that before, about using radios on the internet to listen to shortwave. That's cool. Podcast, which this is basically a podcast. Wi-Fi radio. I don't think that'll ever catch on. I mean, you got your computer. If you got Wi-Fi, you got your computer. So you might as well just listen to it on your computer. Now, it's a little more convenient if you're listening on a separate little box, Wi-Fi box. But it's kind of expensive, and to be dedicated to that one thing. Now, smartphone. Yeah. Matter of fact, I've shown you options where you can listen to scanner radio type stuff on your smartphone. That's cool. I think that's really cool. Especially if you have to go to your wife to Walmart. You can sit in the car and listen to the scanner radio. And you don't have to carry an extra scanner radio. Just use your phone. I think that's cool. So, that's page 1. So we already spent 2.5 minutes on page 1. We'll go a little faster. Okay. Now, and then it has, for each of those types of listening, it has a section. And it gives you a lot of information about each one of them. AM radio, what frequencies they are, how they're controlled by the government. Here's some radios, typical AM/FM radios. And they're fairly recent radios. Okay, one old one, old Zenith transistor radio. And then it has the spiral thing is cool, but it takes a little finessing to get the pages straight. Then it has a listing of, too bad that isn't in focus. Oh well. That's what you get with a cheap camera. What it is, it's a listing of popular AM radio programs. And it gives the frequency, it gives the call sign, the location, where it's at, Miami, Florida, Chicago, and what the program is or what is on that particular station. For instance, here's one in Las Vegas, Diversity Talk. So one of the things I used to do is I used to try to receive AM stations from far away, called DXing, from far away. So this gives you a listing of the popular stations on AM. Whatever. Then it goes to FM radio. Talks about FM radio, structure of FM radio, and I'm having trouble turning the pages. And then it goes to digital AM, FM radio, which hasn't really caught on too much in the United States, but it's a little more popular over in Europe. And it shows an example radio that has that capability. This is a Sagan, I don't see a model number, but it's a Sagan. So, much for that. We'll get the exciting stuff. I promise you we'll get to some exciting stuff. But I don't run out of spit. Oh no, the phone's ringing. Wouldn't you know it, either the phone would ring or the weather station would go off right in the middle of my recording. I'm going to try to ignore the phone. Please try to ignore it too. It will go away. It will away. Thank goodness for our answering machines. Okay. And then it talks about satellite radio, Sirius XM specific. You got to pay for it. Not my cup of tea. Okay. Then, and then it has a listing of programs by channel, by Sirius channel, of which there appears to be, wow, quite a few. Goes up to 239. So there's a lot of junk on Sirius Radio. I had one when they first came out. We used it when we did travels within Florida. So because regular radio was kind of in and out. So that's the only thing about nice about satellite radio. It comes in clear and it stays with you, pretty much. So that's not what we're interested in. Shortwave radio. We finally got. See there? Another interruption. Get no respect. Just interrupting. Okay. So it shows you a couple of shortwave radios. Actually, one of these is a software-defined radio. It's got this little box right here. That's one of the early software-defined radios. I think it cost $1,000. Well, we know how to do it for $20, don't we? It's a joke, $1,000. Oh, it does show a very nice radio here, which is the Grundig 750. I've always wanted one of those 750s, and someday maybe I'll get one for Christmas. Okay, moving right along. Okay, now in the area of shortwave radio, it lists the stations targeting North America with shortwave. So if you're in the United States, these are stations are shooting their beam towards you to try to influence you. And it gives a whole list of them. There's a bunch of them. Can't read them, I know. But I just give you some examples like Radio Kuwait, Vatican Radio, Voice of Greece, Voice of Russia, Voice of Turkey. So, and right now, is that in the United States, and maybe elsewhere, it's a good time to be listening to stations like this, to see what they're saying about what's happening over in the Middle East. Get different points of view instead of just the points of view from the broadcasters in the United States. That's why I love shortwave radio. Is this getting exciting yet? Okay, we're getting to the book. We'll go fast here in a second because I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, then the next section is broadcast in English to North America on shortwave. And that's a listing by time. And these are most popular ones. Yeah, most popular. So this basically is this list over here with more information. And it gives you time of day that the broadcast is in English, what the station is, and what frequency they're on. So this is This is good stuff. This is good stuff. And the next page is other broadcasts to North America on shortwave, which means, for instance, music. I mean, you really wouldn't consider that in English. It's kind of universal. So that's another table. And that's one thing about this book. It's got lots of different tables. So it takes the same information and it spreads it out differently, presents it to you in a different format. So that's another table. Okay, moving right along. And then it talks, next section is Wi-Fi, internet radio. Yeah, we don't care about that. If you're interested, it does give you some information, tells you what it's about. Shows you there doing it on a smartphone, which is the way to do, instead of buying a separate radio. But, yeah, case we're also. Then it has a section called the Big Six, which are the big shortwave broadcast stations. The one I've been on for years. They're on a bunch of frequencies. So it lists those, and it lists information about each one. Lots of information about each one. Oh, that's that section. And that goes on for several pages. We're going to got moisture here. Now, the next section, I gotta get a drink. I'm sorry, I just gotta get a drink. Good old Dr. Pepper. Keeps me going. Okay, that's why I'm so hyper today. Stations are listed in this guide. And what this table is the abbreviation for stations. And then what the actual name of the station is. And where it's located. So this is kind of warming you up to the next tables to tell you how to decode some of the stuff in the next table. Okay. Oh, here's a little table. Don't know why you need this. UTC Conversion Chart. Shows you how to convert from universal time to Eastern Daylight Time, Central Daylight Time, Mountain Time, Pacific Time, and so on. Now, here is the bulk of this book, and that is Guide to the Consolidated Program Listing. So that's the guide. Tells you what's in there, all little prefixes, what it means, and then the tables begin. And the information, some of the information that's in this table. UTC start time and end time of the program. The station abbreviation, which was on that previous chart. The days they're on, this particular program is on. And then the name of the program, and the type of program, and this is a consolidated, as it says, so this is everything. This is AM, FM, satellite radio, everything, internet radio, all in one table, showing you the program it's on, when it's on, and everything's combined. So it's not just shortwave, everything. And that goes on for 3/4, maybe more. Find the end of this table. Wow, this goes on. That's the bulk. That's the bulk of the book. That's, I'd say half, is that one table, which is everything consolidated by time. Yeah, by time. Okay, so that's the bulk of the book. Now, after that, they have classified what they call, this is something that's really unique to this book, classified program list. So what they've done is all that information that was in the previous table, they've taken it and sorted it by the type of content that's on a particular broadcast. To give you an example, and it's in alphabetical order. So to begin with, there's art, culture, and history programs. So this is a listing of all the things all the programs that fall into that category. So you can look through these tables and find a category you want. So I would look for instance, I talked about, what's going on in the world over in the Middle East. So that would be, I would guess that would be considered current affairs. So if I, find the first page. If that's offensive, just stop the recording. My skin today is pretty dry. I went to the beach to do some metal detecting and my skin's pretty dry, so I can't turn the pages very well. Feel sorry for an old man. Okay, so I found current affair programs. So that's what I was looking for. So it's got listed in here: Africa in progress, Eye on China, hot issues of the week. There's just some sampling. Current review, and these are shows that are on at a specific time, on a specific day, under the topic current affairs. And there's ones under society and customs. There's one on everyday domestic life. I'm just picking a few of them. One on environmental programs. There's a show about environmental programs such as climate change program and country focus, Earthbeat. Oh, there's a whole 2 pages of that kind of stuff. Health and medicine programs. If you're into that, I have to be. Here you go, and it's got a lot of topics. I mean, there's probably 20, 30 pages of categories that they've broken things down and then list the programs. So to me, that's the one thing that makes this book unique. Is they've broken, and I've never seen that anyplace else. That's cool how the camera does that. Seen anyplace else where it's broken down like that. Okay, so that's that. So that's another big section of this book. Now we're getting past that. And now they have program name and descriptions list. Notice their tables. So this, again, other information that you just saw. This, you can look up the program name, and it will give you a description of what that program's about. Again, I haven't really seen that in other manuals or books on shortwave listening, or in this case, it'll be on shortwave. And so we can just pick out one here, something that sounds interesting. Now, this is kind of generic, but it says there's a program name, meaning a program that's aired on the radio, called Breakfast Club, and it's a morning program for Asia and the Pacific. I don't know if that's a great description or not. Okay, anyway. Now I'm just glancing through this. Here's one called Checkpoint. Sounds kind of familiar. It says Mary Wilson presents the day's major international and New Zealand stories. That sounds kind of interesting. So there's, let's see how many pages. Oh, this is about, this goes on and on and on. I'd say that's about 10 pages of that. Just those listings, program, and a short description of what the program is. So you could sit down, one night and take this table and just scan through it and mark the ones that sound interesting to you. And then you have to go back to a previous table and find where and when that's broadcast, that particular program. Now, that's one thing I think is a big negative about this book, is there's no what I would call cross-referencing. I mean, because like I say, what you'd have to do is if you found a program you say, that sounds interesting. Now, where is it? What frequency? What time of day? You got to go back to the other tables and search through those tables to try to find that entry. And I tried it, and it's a little bit time consuming. So it would be nice if this table, for instance, had a page number reference to where the more information was of what frequency and what time those particular programs come on. Big negative for me. Good information, but it's not. I just don't like the way it's presented. You really need you need to connect those tables together, and they're not connected together. At least not in my opinion. And we know how valuable that is. Okay, moving right along. Oh, we're up to 20 minutes. Holy crap. Another long show. I got to talk faster. There's some additional references on the internet where you can find more information. And then the last part is there's some blank sheets for logging your reception. So that's the review of this book. I would give it probably 7, maybe 8 stars out of 10. The good points, it has additional information that's presented in different ways to help you find things. But the bad thing is, and that's where I knock it down 3 stars, is those various tables are not tied together easily. So the user has to go hunt and peck and find these things. Again, what would be ideal, and I don't know, I doubt it, what would be ideal if you had this book on your computer, and such that when you find something in that table that lists programs and what they're about, you could simply do a search on that program name, and it would find every entry of that program name in this book. That would be ideal. So if you could get this in a PDF, for instance, buy it, of course. If you could buy it in a PDF form, that would probably solve that problem. So again, the book is titled The Worldwide Listening Guide. And so it's sold on Amazon. I don't remember the price. And I suggest it. It does present information that the other books don't. So I'm kind of on the fence there of suggesting whether it's a good book or not. Maybe a good book is somebody got it for you. Like this book came from one of my subscribers. Thank you very much. And I will definitely use this book. It will take me a while though, because I like the concept of the table about programs and what the program is about, but having to find the table previous to that where the information is so difficult. So anyway, that's the shows for today. Please subscribe if you've not subscribed to my videos. We're up to about 370 subscribers. Remember, at 750, there's going to be a giveaway. At 1,000, there's going to be a big giveaway. And you can go back to my previous video and see the details of that video and how you enter the video. If you have any comments, if you've got this book and you think I'm cuckoo, let me know. I'm just an opinion of one, and not very good opinion at that. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye. 24 minutes. This is going to take forever to upload.